After a short week-long break, we come from Dover to Darlington. Welcome back to Firefox Cup Series action here at the Darlington Raceway in South Carolina. Darlington is one of the oldest tracks on the schedule. It's known as the Lady in Black, and the track too tough to tame. It's sure to be an interesting race here. And not sure really what to say. Now I've used up all my intro stuff. But after Dover, we had our first multiple-time winner of the season. That being, let's go find him, Logan Williams in the 7, wherever he is. Also, points leader Owen Miles starting last today. Where is Logan Williams? There he is in the 7. The Subway Buick. He's the first driver to get 2 wins this season. One at his home track here, Road America, and last week at Dover. Dover was an interesting race to say the least. And Nicholas Jewett, who sits on pole today, is debuting a brand new paint scheme. The Sabaton Defense of Moscow car was originally meant to debut at Flemington. However, if you watched the truck race yesterday, you know Flemington was not the best. So we didn't go there, and I had other plans for the weekend, so we just kind of dropped it from the schedule, had a week off. But we're back this week. We've got Nicholas Jewett on pole, and something else, the 25. They were sponsored, quote-unquote, by a bunch of Chevy partners, but they have been replaced as Marcus Lemonis has stepped in with his 4 of his brands being Camping World, Gander Outdoors, Overton's, and Good Stand. They will be on the car throughout the rest of the season, along with Nutrien and Dynagro Seed. And 2 minutes into recording. And I think it's about time to go over the starting lineup here for the Lady in Black. On pole, we have Nicholas Jewett and Lucas Holmes to his outside. Then on row 2, we have Brady Jess in the 86 and Bailey Pendergast in the 25. Then in the next row, we have your Miami winner and your Las Vegas winner, Roy Gribbleton in the 22 and Gavin Beers in the 12. Then we go up to the 35 of Caleb Rose, who won at Papyrus, and 72 of Anthony Elliott. In the following row, we have Mitchell Collins and Louison Collins at 59. And then we jump back to Ash Jacobson, who's making his debut in the 01 as Devin Fair will sit out the next 2 races. Well, this race and Charlotte, I believe, are the only races we'll be sitting out. And Ash Jacobson will fill in for those. And then Arthur Xavier also on that row. Then Matt Tuck in the Target paint scheme. He starts 13th here in the 54. And then we get Renan Issip on his outside. In the next row, we have Ryan Benjamin and a 9 of John McFadden. In the following row, we have the 99 of Luca Iger and the 10 of Bronson Minnick. Then we have second in points, Michael Sema and the 0 of Ethan Farley. Then we get the 15 of Roberto Crown Jr. and the 27 of Keith Martin. And then we get Joshua Henderson, Ryan Coggs, Miles Edgeworth, Logan Williams, Nathan Smith, the 2 of Nelson Reeves, the 14 of Trey Smith, the 69 nice of Justin James, the 44 of Landon Smith Jr. Apologies, Derek Hamill in the 40, then Bill Mosco in the 18, Ember Burnley in the 17, and rounding out the field, Owen Miles in the 00. The command will be given to fire engines very shortly. And we will get underway here at the track too tough to tame, the egg-shaped oval in Darlington, South Carolina. Now the command's taking a bit, which is quite uncharacteristic. It's usually interrupting me.
Drivers, start your engines!
There it is, the command has been given. The drivers are firing up their cars. This will go around to start the race here, 50 laps at Darlington, and the cars are off pit road. 50 laps here, the Toyota 500 at the Darlington International, the Darlington Raceway. The track is in the middle of a swamp, and it's an egg shape because the builder of the track didn't want to interfere with a neighbor's fishing pond. So that is why we have this unique shaped oval here on the schedule. And first paved race in the NASCAR Cup Series, first super speedway. Although you wouldn't think of a 1.3 mile track as a super speedway, but it was a super speedway back then. It's not now. It's just a speedway. So this is the base version of Darlington. There's no safety barriers. You don't need to really worry about safety, as it is a video game. I don't know why Devin Fair insists on having injuries, but whatever, he's heading out the next race as well as this one due to a concussion as the pace car pulls onto pit road. Rolling out of turn 4, Nicholas Jewett and Lucas Holmes, the 82 and the 55, down the front stretch, and they're leading them to the green flag as we're off racing at Darlington. First lap has completed. Nicholas Jewett leads lap 1. However, he's under fire from Brady Just, who breezes by the inside on turns 1 and 2. Something you need to watch out for is the high side is not very good in turns 1 and 2, but it's fantastic in 3 and 4 due to the egg shape of the track. As it's allowed the top 2 to get out to quite a far lead. Hopefully this isn't like Miami. That was a race. Caleb Rose now trying to pass Polster to Nicholas Jewett for that 4th place position. As Lucas Holmes, who started 2nd, is dropped back to 6th. Matt Tuck, for the first time this season, running that Target paint scheme. They were one of the original sponsors that signed on, and they're finally getting their debut race. Up front, Roy Revelton and Brady Just now pulled away about a second over Gavin Beers. We'll see if he closed in that lap. He did. So I don't expect these guys to get out to quite a big lead, as here comes Roy Revelton to the inside trying to get around Brady Just. Just is going to make the wall. Whatever. He's going to hit the wall out of turn 2. That's something else you got to watch out for, as he falls into the clutches of Gavin Beers, who won at Miami earlier this season. Roy Revelton trying to be the 2nd driver to get 2 wins this season. He won at Las Vegas earlier in the season, which was a thrilling race. As now, here goes Gavin Beers by for 2nd. Now it's a Ford 1-2. And Nicholas Jewett now trying to get by Brady Just for that 3rd place position, that podium. He wants to get back up, try and contend for the win. But out front, Roy Revelton leads them around. Oh, Matt Tuck is trapped on the high side. That's not good. Racing with Ash Jacobson. Matt Tuck actually was given the points of Theo Spletzer, so he has jumped up to 10th in the point standings to try and give him a fighting chance in the championship. So we'll see what he can do with that. He's got to definitely have a fire underneath him. Luca Iger gets into the wall back there. As the 59 of Louisiana Colliday being a brand new paint scheme, the Ace Hardware Ford Mustang. Bailey Pendergast doing a quite good job with a brand new sponsor on it. This race is Gander Outdoors, as you could probably guess. That 25 currently runs 7th. Oh, and Brady just hits the wall again. Brennan Isep is now into the wall. I feel like this race is going to be who can not hit the wall the most, as clearly it's not Mack Motorsports. They've announced they're actually closing their doors as Honda leaves the series after this season concludes. 56 of Michael Seamer, the only one on that team to get a win so far, has been the only one to not hit the wall. Someone else hit it up here. I think it was Brady just again. He is not having a stellar race. Mitchell Collins has got up to that fourth place position. Probably actually third now because that ticker's a bit out of date. And yes, that is the third place position for Mitchell Collins. Bailey Pendergast inside the top 5. Trying to make a Marcus Lemonis proud. As he's going to go up and help Mitchell Collins instead of his teammate Nicholas Jewett. Polar Star Motorsports still looking for that first win this season. As the tire fall here is tremendous. So that may be a factor if we have pit stops, as Gavin Beers is losing a lot of time to Roy Ribbleton. So you don't love to see that. So we got a train back here. This is looking like a super speedway race right now with all the cars lined up. Bailey Pendergast is going to be the first to stick his nose out. Try and shoot by his teammate Nicholas Jewett as they roll through 3 and 4. Jewett stuck on the high side, and Bailey Pendergast is going to swoop by for that 4th place position. And that opens Jewett up for attack from Lucas Holmes in the 55. Probably the most hated driver in the series. As he's now passing Jewett. And Caleb Rose now looking by as though Luis Zancala's into the wall. That may cause issues for people behind him. No, they're all by clear. No damage done to anybody else except for Zancala. And it looked like Matt Tuck had a bit of damage to his side. Can't quite get a good view of it though. When that 54 is falling outside the top 10. He currently sits 13th though, so he's not too far out. Especially since Renan Issip has quite a bit of damage to his side from pancaking the wall earlier on, as it'll likely show up these two. Up front though, Bailey Pendergast has caught up to Mitchell Collins. We'll see if he makes a move in these next few laps. The bright blue Gainer Outdoors Chevrolet Camaro, he's going to the inside. And he swings by easily through turns 1 and 2. Now he's just got to catch Gavin Beers. As he's actually broken the all-Ford podium by shooting around Mitchell Collins. And here goes Lucas Holmes to the inside, trying to get by for the 4th place on Collins. So once you get shot up the inside and you're forced to the top, your race is pretty much over. Or at least not over, but you're done for a bit. As Pendergast, let's see where he is on the fastest lap chart. He is 2nd. And first is John McFadden, who's kind of been a wreck magnet, to say the least. Oh, Logan Williams is into the wall at some point. But John McFadden has kind of been a wreck magnet this season. And he currently holds the fastest lap of the race. And Bailey Pendergast barely behind him. And they are much quicker than Collins and Holmes, the drivers who sit 3rd and 4th in the fastest lap standings. Pendergast is now by for that 2nd place position. We'll see if he can run down the 22 of Roy Ribbleton to get his first career win of the season, the first win for Polar Star Motorsports. Let's see how the gap was that lap. It did shrink, so that's a good sign if you're the 25, but not a good sign if you're the 22. McFadden Motorsports, or whatever it is. I can't remember what it's called. What is it called? McFadden Racing. They have yet to reveal those brand new paint schemes they've teased. And how the gap shrink that lap, it did shrink even more. So if you're in Roy Ribbleton, if you're in Roy Ribbleton's position, are you panicking right now is the question, because Bailey Pendergast is coming fast. So it might be oh, we have a caution? Do we have a caution? Looked like I saw yellow flags waving. No, I don't think we do. And I thought I saw a caution flag waving. But do you panic if you are Roy Ribbleton right now? Right now, I would say, give it a few laps. See if Pendergast falls off at all. Because, tire fall off, once you get there, it is immense. As we saw in the real-life Darlington race here. I feel like I might have just jinxed Pendergast. No, he closed in even more that lap. So he's nearly within half a second of the 22. So right now, I'd be a bit worried if I were Ribbleton. You can definitely see him in the mirror. He is within probably half a second by now. I say he's gonna be 4/10 away from the 22 this lap. Maybe closer. 3/10. So Roy Ribbleton should definitely be panicking now, as Pendergast is very, very close to him. And this is allowing Lucas Holmes in third to close in on them. He's within 1.5 seconds. And Pendergast is nearly right on the rear bumper of the 22 as they come out of turn 4 on lap 20. As lap 21 begins. And Pendergast, will he send up the inside? Not right now. There's not enough room. Ribbleton shuts the door on him. They both slide up the track. And out of turn 2, Pendergast, I think he's going to make the move going into 3 and 4. Or he will wait till next lap when he has essentially a guaranteed pass for the lead if he gets to the inside. Dropped off a bit that lap, so I don't think it's going to be this lap. I don't think he's used up all his stuff, though. He'll definitely have a shot at it as the race goes on. Maybe, hopefully. But the 25 has had a lot of speed today. Fastest kart that's inside the top 10. As whereas John McFadden, who holds the fastest lap, he's only 22nd. So, well, I don't want to say only 22nd, because he has had an absolutely abysmal season. He sits last of the drivers who have participated in every race. Like I said, guaranteed things in life, me not knowing how to do math during the recording of one of these races, and me stumbling over my words in one of these races. As Pendergast is quite close to the 22. Will he make a move next lap? I think he's gonna have to. There's still quite a bit of time left in the race. Not halfway yet. But you want to get by as quick as you can. And Ribbleton is just not allowing Pendergast to do that. As Lucas Holmes has dropped off since I last checked, it's 4 seconds back to the rest of the cars. Nicholas Dewey in the wall. Matt Tuck has made his way up into the top 10, as well as Nathan Smith in the 48 pedigree machine. So a good day for Polar Star Motorsports. So all three of their cars, are inside the top 5. Top 10. Like I said, not good at doing math or like anything number related. Oh, and remember, nearly missed the pass for the lead. Pendergast to the inside, around Roy Ribbleton, and I think he's going to clear him out of turn 4, and he's clear through 3 and 4. New leader, Bailey Pendergast in the 25 on lap 25. Now, how long will he be able to hold on to the lead in that 25 Gander Outdoors Chevrolet Camaro? He's had a lot of speed. Will that speed go away at any point? If you're the Roy Ribbleton, you're definitely hoping it does, but if you're Bailey Pendergast, you're definitely hoping it doesn't. As Lucas Holmes has closed into under 1.5 seconds, we'll see if he drops off at all this lap. Where is he in the fastest lap chart? He's still 4th. Holmes closed in that time, and the gap between first and second has extended quite a lot. And Lucas Holmes is now chasing down the 22, who's not in the clean air anymore. Oh, he's closing in on the 25 as they roll through 3 and 4. This race definitely isn't over yet. Oh, he's going to the inside in turn 1. He's there. Roy Ribbleton back to the race lead. Shoots by Bailey Pendergast. Now it's the ball is back in Pendergast's court to try and close in. But this battling is allowing Lucas Holmes, who, like I said earlier, is probably the most hated driver in the garage. It's allowing him to close in, so we could have a 3-car battle for the race win when everything's all said and done. As the gap did shrink that time, them getting side by side in turn 1 helped Lucas Holmes. The gap is just over a second between first and third. Appalachia Motorsports have had a fairly lackluster season outside of the victory at Papyrus for Caleb Rose. The highest car for them in points is actually, I believe, Lucas Holmes. No, it's Roberto Crown Jr., who's in 18th. As Matt Tuck has worked his way up to 7th here. So a great run for that 54 target machine. And Bailey Pendergast is still within striking distance. So is Lucas Holmes. With just over 20 laps to go. They're going to come to 20 to go this time, actually. Pendergast within striking distance. Lucas Holmes is closing about the same rate as Pendergast did. Pendergast, I think he's going to wait until next lap to maybe make his move if he doesn't fall too far off. Holmes dropped the back a bit there. The gap did grow between first and third. Which is not what you want to see if you're the 55, but what you do want to see is what's happening right now with the 25 trying to get to the side of the 22. Doesn't happen. Still close, though. I think that definitely slowed them up enough a bit for Holmes to maybe close in some. It did not. The gap grew still. As Pendergast still trying to get around the 22. Is the pressure getting to him? Is he? I don't think it is. It might be, though. I don't know. I'm not him. He's 26th in points. So he's got pressure on him. He's the lowest Polar Star Motorsports car in the points. And he might be the first one to win if he can get around Roy Ribbleton once more. As he's there, not quite. Ooh, it's gonna be close out of the corner. As Ribbleton up the track, nearly clips the ball. They're side by side down the backstretch once again. And Pendergast, not quite. They're still side by side. This is gonna allow Lucas Holmes to close in a lot. And Pendergast is now clear for the race lead. Lucas Holmes is very, very close. That allowed him to close in a lot. You love to see it if you're the 55. You don't love to see it if you're the 22. And you're kind of iffy on that if you're the 25. Because not only does Ribbleton have to worry about getting back up front to challenge for the lead, he also has to worry about Lucas Holmes putting pressure on him from behind. And Pendergast as well. You're happy you got by for the lead, but you're kind of worried about Holmes. As the gap up, maybe not. Holmes' gap grew that time, so you don't love to see that if you're him. And Pendergast has driven a phenomenal race. So is Ribbleton and Holmes. Holmes is actually the closest to his starting position, I believe. Who's running last? Logan Williams. That's unfortunate. Oh, and Ash Jacobson has fallen back to 28th. The rookie making his first start. Definitely running where you think a rookie would. Does he have damage to the side of his car? Yeah, he does. He has quite a bit. And as we go back through the field. Oh, Trey Smith gets into the wall. And both the Ruby Motorsport cars are running tribute schemes to team owner Ethan Farley's, I believe, older brother. They will be running them for the next 3 races, I believe. They'll run them here at Charlotte and at Dirt Bristol, which I believe is the race after Charlotte. So just going back through the field, the gap between Pendergast and Ribbleton has grown tremendously. And yes, after the 600, the Firefox 600 is actually the All-Star race, and then we go to the AutoZone Cup race on dirt at Bristol Motor Speedway, the dirt version, obviously. And Bailey Pendergast right now looking like he has this win in the bag. Right now, his contract spot with Polar Star Motorsports is pretty iffy, so this could actually solidify him in that ride next year if he chooses to return. Roy Ribbleton, the gap did grow between him and Pendergast. You do not like to see that if you're a Roy Ribbleton fan or if you're Roy Ribbleton. The gap between first and fourth is 7 seconds. Oh, and Matt Tuck has fallen out of the top 10. That's not good. I think he hit the wall. He's only 11th, though. So he's not too far behind. No, he didn't hit the wall. I think he just got stuck on the high side. Nathan Smith has worked his way up into the top 5. No, he's still in 6th. I think he got passed before the ticker updated. Oh, and the gap actually shrunk that time between the 22, the 55, and the 25. So we may have a battle in these closing 10 laps here at Darlington. This could be a classic Darlington finish. As the top 3, you could probably throw them under a blanket almost. Pendergast has driven a fantastic race. Roy Ribbleton has probably been the dominant driver, but Pendergast has just been the quickest. Lucas Holmes has kind of just been there. And let's see what the gap did. It shrunk a bit, I think, between Pendergast and Ribbleton, but it grew for Holmes. So we actually may not see that in these 9 laps to go. Where does Matt Tuck fall into? He's fallen to 12th. So, he's about where he started. As Joshua Henderson now coming up, trying to get around Brady Ujest. And hit the wall very early on in the race while battling for the lead. Trucks and Cup will return here later this season. The first race of the chase for Cup, the STP Southern 500, one of the crown jewel events, race 21 of the season. And it'll be another 50-lap race here. And it will open the chase. And the previous race will actually be the throwback one at North Wilkesboro. And Bailey Pendergast right now, it's looking like he's got this race in the bag. Lap 44 of 50. He has done a phenomenal job making Marcus Lemonis proud to have invested in this team, taking up all of the Chevy goods and Chevrolet accessories slated races or whatever. Yeah, there's no more Chevrolet sponsors on the 25. It's now Marcus Lemonis taking those positions. I know he's definitely making Lemonis proud. Now, the gap between first and second is nearly a second. And Lucas Holmes has fallen back quite a bit. He's only within 1.5 seconds. Actually, I don't think it's enough to do anything this late in the race. We'll see if he can maybe close up on second. But I think the tires are too far gone. A caution-free event here. Honestly, we probably could use a caution at some point in this race. Maybe get a mixed tire strategy, or shake up the running order. But we didn't. Drivers were able to go to the end of the race. I think anyway. There's still room for a pit stop. I don't know why we'd pit this late. Don't know why you would have pit this late in the race, especially since there was no earlier pit stop. There was no earlier strategy played. And as Owen Miles' points lead is going to get destroyed. He came into this race 15 points ahead. Michael Sema, who is second in points, is running 4th. So Owen Miles, safe to say, he's out of the points lead. We'll maybe even drop to 4th in points, depending on where Ryan Benjamin is. But Ryan Benjamin's back here with him. But up front, it's Bailey Pendergast. Oh, and Roy Ribbleton's closed in a lot. Could we see a late race charge from the 22? Last time I checked the gap, it was like nearly a second. It is now 6/10. So could we see a run for the race win with 2 laps to go? Ribbleton is closing fast. 2 laps remain here at Darlington. Lucas Holmes is out of contention essentially, unless these two wreck. Pendergast, the pressure is on. It may be relieved as they're coming through turns 3 and 4 to take the white flag at the Lady in Black. And now they're out of turn 4 down the front stretch. White flag is out at Darlington. Bailey Pendergast one more time around until he gets his first career win. Roy Ribbleton, he's hungry for that second career win. But it may be too late, as Pendergast has the lead. Ribbleton does not have the speed, and there's too little time left as the race is over. Bailey Pendergast, out of turn 4, is going to tame the track too tough to tame and win at Darlington. Congratulations to Bailey Pendergast on his first career win, as he does it at one of the oldest tracks, probably the oldest, and one of the toughest tracks on the circuit. Roy Ribbleton in 2nd, Lucas Holmes in 3rd, Michael Sema in 4th, and rounding out the top 5, Roberto Crown Jr. in 5th. So a pretty good day for Appalachian Motorsports outside of Caleb Rose. I don't know where he is. 20th. But Bailey Pendergast gets the victory. One more lap, and maybe Ribbleton could have had him. But that's all hypothetical, and we're only really dealing in absolutes. I guess, kind of. But now let's go over your finishing results. I already went over the top 5. Now, Nathan Smith 6th in points after a pretty abysmal day, all things considered, for Dover. He's only 5th in points still, so this could be a decent points haul for him. It should be anyway. Ethan Farley in 7th. So Matt Tuck, who knocked Ethan Farley out of the top 10 in points when he got those extra points. That gap is going to probably be destroyed. Yeah, it was only a 1-point gap between them. So Ethan Farley is now at least 10th in points. Arthur Xavier in 8th. I don't know if I said Mitchell Collins. Miles Edgeworth in 9th. Then Mitchell Collins in 10th. Trey Smith in 11th. Joshua Henderson in 12th. Brady Jess in 13th. Matt Tuck in 14th. Justin James in 15th. Louis Zancala in 16th. Landon Smith Jr. in 17th. Ember Burnley in 18th. Nicholas Jewett in 19th. That was your pole sitter. Caleb Rose in 20th. Bronson Minnick in 21st. Ryan Coggs in 22nd. Gavin Beers in 23rd. Ash Jacobson in 24th. His first career start, so not too shabby for him. Then Nelson Rees in 25th. Renan Issop in 26th. Vale Musco in 27th. Derek Hamill in 28th. Anthony Elliott in 29th. Logan Williams in 30th, so not a good day for your defending winner. John McFadden in 31st. Luca Iger in 32nd. Owen Miles in 33rd. Ryan Benjamin in 34th. And rounding out the field, Keith Martin in 35th, who actually went 3 laps down at some point. And thank you all for watching. Points will show when I'm done talking. So I'll see you next week when we head down to Charlotte for the longest race of the season, the Firefox 600 at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. Think it'll be 80 laps. I'm not sure. I may adjust it, but it will be the longest race of the season. So you're going to have to bear with me on that. Probably about an hour of recording by myself. And you already know how pretty bad I am at commentating, so it's gonna be a doozy. Once again, thank you all for watching. Points will show when I am done talking, and I hope to see you all next week for the Firefox 600, and bye.